יודע שכל מה שקורה מלמעלה אני יודע שהוא נותן הכל מתנה אני יודע שגם לא הכל זורם לי אני יודע שכל הזמן השם איתי אז בואו נמשיך בכל הכל בואו יש יום חדש בפתח אז בואו יש אבא שמשגיח בואו ותמיד צריך לשמוח
Hi guys! Welcome midday! Oh my gosh, this is crazy! How do you guys do this in the middle of a day? I want to know. Alright, let me get myself off. Hello Zoomers! How are you? Alright, let's... How do I get this back to now? I think it's good. It's good, right?
And I know, yes I know, he's always there with me each second of each and every day.
So much going on, guys. Welcome, welcome. Happy Memorial Day.
And he fills my life with me.
No, but how do I see everybody on the screen?
And I know, yes I know,
Huh?
he gives me life.
Could I have this?
I feel like people are ready for this show to get party to get started, Shimi.
Yes. Okay. First of all, how is quarantine life treating you? Are you guys back to normal? These are questions people have for Jamie. They want to know the real Jamie. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I think also probably they want to know what's going on in Israel because Israel's like been a few weeks ahead of at least New York and America in terms of the situation here. So kids started going back to school about a week and a half ago. Businesses started opening up. Everyone's walking around still generally in masks and with social distancing. But about 20 to 30% of the kids have not gone back to school because either they have someone in their family that's high risk or low risk, or the parents are nervous or cautious. So you have this feeling of like, oh, we've gone back to normal, but it's not even the new normal. It's like some twilight zone of what was and what maybe will be, and we're kind of hanging out in between.
Every day is a new normal, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's like once we finally get to the new normal, we got this, and it's like, no, let me mess with you one more time.
Yeah. But the number of infections and incidences in Israel is going down. So with every day that the numbers continue to go down, we get a little bit more and more relaxed, comfortable, hopeful.
And what's your secret to getting through quarantine? For all the people out there who are like, I can't take this anymore.
Like the real answer?
Yes. Jamie, this is a shimmy schmooze. Do not give me any like fluffy nonsense. We don't want to hear that. Right, folks?
I have been comfort eating like it's my job, Shimmy. I'm just like eating and eating and eating.
What is your go-to comfort number one?
There's nothing. I'll eat whatever. If it's like, even if it's moving. I'm saying like it's been a problem. I'm actually just made a video about how I gained the quarantine 19 and then some. So you'll see that coming out soon.
Hysterical. Whatever is in my way, I find that also I can't. People are like, Jamie, did you get your eggs? What are they talking about? Did you get your eggs?
I wrote, when this whole thing started, there was a shortage of eggs in Israel. It was right before Pesach. And you can imagine there's like two ingredients essential to Pesach. One is potatoes and the other is eggs. And I was crying at 2 a.m. and I wrote like a real op-ed about like an open letter about it being hysterical about the eggs. But I was upset about the eggs and I was upset about like the state of the world, and it all kind of came together.
That's so, oh my gosh. There was a shortage of eggs. And like, you know what? We made it through, people. We made it through the shortage of eggs. Yeah.
They did airlift eggs. There was an emergency airlift of eggs from Brazil to Israel. You should know it was a serious thing.
I did not know about that.
Yeah, because apparently a lot of the eggs come from Italy. And at that time, Italy was going through like the worst of it. And so they weren't allowing anything in from Italy. We apparently don't make enough eggs here, to support the population. And so they airlifted from Brazil. And now there's a shortage of peppers, by the way. So We need peppers now. Let's
Specific,
stop.
like pepper, or just like all peppers?
Like all bell peppers, like the red, the yellow, the green, all that kind of stuff.
Listen, guys, this is real world problems, at my friends. It's problems. But another problem in life is that people let things get to their heads, which is just a side note that I wanna bring out to the island. Guys, I met Jamie at a challah bake, and like I didn't really meet her on a personal like level to really I wanted to get to know you, and we were like running, everybody was surrounding us. And then I went to Israel, which, by the way, I'm supposed to be in Israel now. Do you know that?
I feel like you're here. You're technically you're virtually here right now.
Exactly. I was supposed to do an event for Zelazet, a bas mitzvah for orphans, and someone's like, "Who is she?" Goldie. You wait. You hold on to your seats. You're gonna meet Jamie Gall. You're gonna be blown away. So I finally, was it last year? I went to the Waldorf.
Yep.
A year ago.
I was gonna say it was for the Zela Zeba. Yeah. This is our reunion. We just decided to have like a huge virtual reunion, invite everyone.
Right. We were in the Waldorf for Shabbos. We found out we're going to be there together. And we literally just sat in the lobby for 7,000 hours.
Yeah.
And this is what I loved about you. Okay. I loved how you're like Jamie Geller. Okay. Like if I was Jamie Geller, I would walk into the Waldorf. I'd be like, step aside, people. Jamie coming through. And you were so kind and humble. Like, you made everyone feel so good. And I was so blown away and inspired. So I want to ask you, because like in this virtual world that we're living in, a lot of people, they start off one way and then they become big and famous. And unfortunately, they allow that to mess up with their heads and their egos. And I'm like, dude, calm yourself down. Okay. You're no greater than anyone else because you have, a million followers. It doesn't matter. We're all human. And you've stuck to that modesty of yours. And how do you do it? Everybody wants to know, because everyone who met you says the same exact thing.
First of all, Shimi, you're the cutest, and you're so full. You're so inspiring, and you give such chizuk. Really,
I learned from the best. Which, by the way, I want to get to that because you started off. You were the first female diva in the Jewish world. Like you were the first. And you didn't have any role models back then. You were like, you paved the path for us, little women. So we're going to get to that. But yeah.
I mean, you're the opposite of a little woman, and you are the biggest personality with the most beautiful shining neshama, and I feel it across the world, Shimi. But regarding what you said, like, I don't know. I feel like I don't even see how else to be.
Only Jamie answers a question like that.
I don't have an ego. I have the opposite of that. I think like to really be truly honest, I think I have like the type of personality that it's like, I don't think too highly of myself. My husband's always trying to lift me up and give me strength to be positive. So yeah, I think it's
hold on. Take a step back. So everybody's looking at Jamie Geller. She has guys, ladies and gentlemen, whoever's watching, okay, you have over 1 billion video views, okay, on your platform, on this kosher network. 1 billion. And by the way, guess what was the number one most viewed? Which recipe? Do you know?
Yeah, I think so. It's either madbucha. Yeah.
Ding. This is what I said the other time. I had Joey Newcomb, I think, the other night. I'm like, ladies and gentlemen, what do we have for him? He just won an answer. And I was like, we have nothing. We're all broke. We have nothing to give you.
Totally. Shim, totally.
So you were on all these places and you're not talking about like a shimmy shmooze on Instagram. You're talking about you were on ABC, NBC, Good Morning America, and so much more. And you still, what did you just say? This is very important for people to know.
I don't know that it's the right message, but I'm saying that I don't know which part you wanted me to repeat, but I don't feel so highly of myself. I don't look at myself in that way at all.
Isn't that amazing? You would think that, but I think what's even greater, leads me to my next thing, is that you always have your husband lifting you up,
Lifting me up.
encouraging you, like Jamie, when you feel like you can't go on anymore, like I can't do this, you're like, he's like, no, 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 you got this. Let's go. Show the world what you're made of. And
He
I think that's
always talks me off of a ledge. He and my mom fight for like the #1 fan status. And I
oh,
feel like when I was growing up in the world, you didn't see a lot of women in these positions. And so there was a saying that said, behind every successful man is a powerful woman, is a successful woman, a woman who held him up, who helped him get to this place that he was there, you know, that he achieved and he arrived at. Because women were always in the backgrounds, not even just in the religious world, they're everywhere. And now I feel like, and I see that with you and your husband in this beautiful relationship, behind every successful woman is a man who is her cheerleader, who is her #1, her #2, her right hand, her left hand, who's helping with the kids, who's helping with the house, and who is pushing her to help her achieve her dreams, and lifting her up and talking her off the ledge and pep talking her over and over and over. And I can't believe he's not exhausted, but I would not be here without him.
they have a harder job than we do.
I feel like he's saying the same thing again and again, and I'm crying, and he's saying it, and I'm crying. It's like,
You know what, Jamie? When I was dating, you know, I dated all these guys. I told them from the get go, I'm like, listen, I want to be out there. I want to change the world. And I need somebody, you know, to like, you know, and a lot of the guys I dated, like, oh, we respect that. I'm like, I don't need you to respect that. I need you to be on board. I need you to like push me when I'm like, I don't want to do this anymore. It's just too hard, you know? And it's so true what you're saying.
so what did your husband say when you said that to him on the date? Because obviously he's the one who won.
He's the one that won. He's like, I'm on board. Let's do this together. I'm in. Not you can't, if you have a mission and a goal, you can't have one person like, okay, that's her goal, and I'm just gonna know it's you got to be in it together, because ultimately I'm not gonna achieve the goal if you're not gonna support. Like, which husband lets his wife walk out in the street in a tutu? Not too many. Right? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, amazing. Yeah, totally. It's all, this is like, so like female power and girl bosses, it's all about the guys behind the scenes.
Yep. And speaking about girl bosses, your mama, by the way, one of the #1 questions that people were sending to me is, where does this Jamie Geller come from? Russia, Poland, Czechoslovakia. I'm like, I think I know where you come from. Transylvania.
I mean, like my mom, I always say my parents were born in Transylvania and they immigrated to Pennsylvania. So I'm from Philly, but both my parents are from Transylvania.
Someone's commenting, Jamie, on the thing. They reminded me, which I want to ask you a question on that. I also, when I was dating, I always put like chocolate. I used to get chocolate dessert and put it all over my teeth. And I'd be like, do I have something in my teeth? And like, I chocolate everywhere, and I just wanted to see their reaction. And he was the only one that didn't get like freaked out.
You are unbelievable. You're such a special human.
Special, really, really special. You know what I'm saying? What were you like when you dated? Were you also like, I'm getting out there and I'm gonna do my thing? Like, how was it?
No, but yes. So first of all, I was like the one date wonder. I dated over 50 guys, and it was like, oh, for one date, in and out, like nothing happening. But I was.
Were you like, nope, nope, nope?
Well, I was a TV producer.
Okay.
Right, that does not really make
how
much
cool
sense.
is that, people? Yeah.
So I worked for HBO, I worked for CNN, I worked for Food Network, I worked on shows like the Madonna concert, Janet Jackson's concert, Entourage, Sopranos, all these different things. And so I feel like a lot of people wanted to date me because it's so interesting and it's so cool and it's so different. Like they were interested in like, what is this girl? What's her story? What's going on? I wasn't a speech therapist. I wasn't a kindergarten teacher. I didn't grow from, it's like, I lived in this world that was like Hollywood-esque. And I found a lot of the guys that wanted to date me were like going this way. But even though I was here, I was going this way. And I wanted somebody who can handle not only what I do and not be phased that like a lot of people were enamored with it and asking questions about it. And so into anyone who was so into what I was doing and going down like spiritually was not for me. You know, that's why it was a no. And I wanted the person who like really didn't care about that. Great, that's your day job, but who are you really? And are we both spiritually going this way? And that's how I got to that special one.
Wow. I love that because that's my goal with the Shimmy Show, was like, who are you really? Like everybody, you know, I have singers on here. I'm like, I don't need to know the producers and like how you recorded. Like, I want to know the soul behind the person. How did you achieve that? Like, how did you get there? How did you become who you are today? And like, I look at you, you're from beautiful wife and mother of 6 beautiful children who I got to play cards at the Waldorf lobby, and your son beat me like a boss. I was put to shame. He's like, stop the cards.
First of all, they love you, and you made such an impression, and you don't know how much they talk about you and how many times they wanted to call you since we saw you. And I'm like, she's busy. We can't just call her.
You could always leave me on WhatsApp, and I'll video back to you. Oh my gosh, they're such special. And I think about it, I'm like, what your life would have been like if you wouldn't have taken that up road, you know, battle. I say battle because I'm sure there were a lot of decisions that you had to make along the way, and you're like, every single step, it's like, hold on, my family's making too much noise. Can I scream on live and Zoom?
Yeah.
Guys, do you let me? Can I pull out the Moroccan out in me? Hold on. Danielle! I always try to think who I should scream. It's always Danielle. Could you tell everyone to be a little quieter, please? Love you, sweetie. So, like, I wanted to tell you, Jamie, that the reason why I started the Shimmy Shmooze, I never wanted to do lives like I told you. Like, I have to yell upstairs and tell everyone to be quiet. Like,
Totally.
You know, and show everybody how I really don't have everything together. But I've never received so many messages of people wanting to reconnect or to connect for the first time. Yeah. And they just want to find meaning. And where do I start? Where do I go? Where do I look? So I'm trying to bring people with stories, without stories, you know, just like Joey Newcomb. I'm like, you know Joey Newcomb?
Yeah, of course. Crunch of the pickle. The kids are like, yeah, crazy over that. Yeah.
So he was right before you. He was my last Shimmy Shmooze. And I'm like, everyone kept asking me, what's his story? I need to know his story. And he's like, I don't have a story. Like, it's amazing. You know, you don't have to go through stuff. But like, Jamie, you have been there. You've done that. You've searched. You've found. You're continuously looking to grow. And you're the perfect person to send someone out there a message who's, whether we're not religious, or do you know that there are non-Jews following me now? They message me. They're like, there's a lady from Israel. I'm coming on this live. Because they're connected to Israel, to its people. They love its people. They love you. So you didn't start out religious. And for the people who don't know, could you tell us how, like, just a little bit about your journey and advice, and anyone who's trying to figure stuff out now and trying, because this whole epidemic changed people's lives around their spiritual, mental, emotional, everything. Yeah.
So I worked in the TV industry, which was like 24/7, nonstop. I always say they would go to the bathroom for you if they could. You sleep in the studio, you're on set, you're on location, you travel the world. It's like you don't stop. You don't have a moment to think, not about yourself, not about what you want for your life, not about your future. You just do work. And I was at the MTV Music Awards and the VH1 Fashion Awards and the Oscars and the Emmys and the Academy Awards, everything. And I was interviewing the hugest celebrities in the world. And while my parents were like, had great dreams for me and they were very proud of me, and I was in New York and I was at NYU and I had graduated like with, 3 years with honors and had this illustrious career in television. But my mother was so nervous, as we say, that chas v'shalom, right? God forbid, 1,000,001 times I should meet the wrong guy at the wrong place. And she wanted me to marry a nice Jewish guy. And she didn't think that it was going to be at the after parties of the Oscars that I was going to meet this nice Jewish guy. So she sent me to these like singles classes, Esha Torah, was in Manhattan on the Upper West Side. Rebbitzin Esther Youngrice, she should rest in peace. To her classes, Hineni, where all of these Manhattan professional singles were going to hear about the weekly Torah portion, to hopefully bring some meaning to their life, and to hopefully, like, mingle and meet each other. My phone, I don't know why, is dying, but I'm going to
But
just
I just charged my cell phone. See, people like that, we
charged-
don't realize.
Stay here, baby. I charged it, but it's like not. Tell Abba, honey, this cord I don't think is working. 1 second. If you're going to yell at your family, I'm going to yell at mine. Hang on.
Get me my charger now.
Totally. I know. I sent a message. Let's see if that works. Tell them it's not working, honey. I tried it the other day. See if there's anything else. Okay, babe. So it was really because my mom was so nervous. So, like, even though we weren't religious, I needed to marry a nice Jewish guy. That's like the goal. That was, I grew up conservative. So that was like the goal of conservative Judaism at the time. You just shouldn't intermarry. You don't have to keep.
Marry a Jewish boy, a nice Jewish boy.
Yeah, doesn't matter about how religious you are. Doesn't matter keeping kosher. It's like you should love Israel and you should marry a nice Jewish boy. Those were the criteria of Judaism. And
no pressure. All the pressure in the world.
But I'm just saying, like, and it was dangerously, I was in danger of not fulfilling that by, hanging out in this space. Hold on 1 second, my hubby's here. It's not charging, babe.
Hubby, remember me from the Waldorf?
How could we forget you?
I don't know if that's a good thing.
So good to
We still feel the energy.
Shem, guys, I didn't let them eat breakfast. I was like, I ain't going nowhere.
Yeah, all right, yeah. They remember the breath. It's not showing up charging. There's no other way.
There's got to be.
Can we extend that and charge
I'm so
that?
happy that this is happening. I'm so happy because, like, this is what makes a shimmy shmooze a shimmy shmooze. You see, it didn't happen in all the other lives. Trust me.
Oh my
It
gosh.
happens in every one of ours.
No, I just got off topic. We're all good. We're all golden. I said there are no problems. Okay, let's try this, Shem. Hang on.
I have a beeper on me for these things.
You need to have a beeper, yeah. Like 911, 911.
Right? At least your Wi-Fi is working. It's working.
It's working. I call him my IT guy. He's got no official,
For everything.
but like he doesn't have any like really official knowledge. But like after I try to figure out everything, he comes on. He's like, "Did you try to hit power? There we go. Did you reboot? There we go."
Did you try to, turn on the power? Turn it on, Jamie.
That's it.
Someone said they were about to go out right now, and then they saw that Jamie's on, so she stayed at home.
Oh, amazing! Where are you going at these times, babe? Stay at home, girlfriend.
Yes, where are we going? By the way, everything is like opening up really slowly around here. People are like, Nimasli, I'm done.
Yeah. So what happened in Tel Aviv is they didn't wait for the government. At one point we were striking, and then at one point they were trying to work with the government when to open. Then they just opened. Everyone's being responsible. They're letting X amount of people in. They're washing down. There's gloves. There's masks. No one's doing it irresponsibly, but they're just like, we're not waiting. We're just doing it.
Right, exactly. That's exactly what's happening on our side of town.
Yeah.
Hashtag New York. So hold on. So you need to find a nice Jewish boy, because if you don't, you're in trouble, girl.
Literally, totally. You'll be disowned, God forbid. So I went to Hineni, and I went to Aish, and I went to, at the time, Gateways, Shabbaton, and if you ever, the Gateways organizations, and I just fell in love with Judaism. Yeah, I fell in love with Judaism. I fell in love with Yiddishkeit. So instead of falling in love with the guy, that was really the goal. The goal was
That was the goal.
I fell in love with Judaism.
Isn't that amazing? And
Yeah.
I think I heard you were on Mayor K, our good friend Mayor. You mentioned on his podcast that it was something specific that you loved that really like turned that flame within inside of you, and which is so interesting because people are saying they want to connect, but the number one thing that they really always ask about is how could I start Shabbos? How like tell me. So I always ask anyone who comes on, and could you just tell them how it like you witness Shabbos meals, you witness and you're like,
Yeah.
I
So
want in.
yeah, right. So the first thing is like these rabbis and these rebbitzins, they speak, you enjoy their talks. They're so uplifting. You feel so like suddenly you found meaning in the world, and you go up, they have lines of people waiting to speak to them after they've spoken because you have a question or you just want to connect or you want to thank them. And so I go up to meet them and I tell them my name. And before I can even say my last name, they invite me to their house for Shabbos. It's
Israel, me.
It's so crazy to me. I came from such a wonderful, warm, fabulous community in Philadelphia where if you're going to be invited to someone's house, you're going to get an official invitation in the mail.
Go Philly.
Yeah, they're going to tell you what, but the invitation is in the mail. It's going to tell you what time to show up, when to RSVP. They'll take your coat from you. 2 hours later, they'll give you a coat back, and that's hospitality. And it's a wonderful community. This is like come over and sleep over. Like you don't even know who I. It's like so weird.
Well, welcome to Philly. Philly is known for like their amazing, incredible community. But someone just wrote, I ate a meal at your house once back in the day with my best friend Tamar Geller, your cousin. Like a million years ago, you were so much fun and you had such yummy food.
Oh, that's amazing. That's amazing. That's so fun.
Hold on. Who was that? Hold on. Dance It Out with Mimi. Did you go to Jamie? Her knowing how to cook or after she knew how to cook? Because I just want to show everybody, this is one of my first quick and coach. I was like, guys, we need to find this cookbook because all my cookbooks are stuffed in a box. This is my first one and I love you for this. You know why? Number one, it's like cooking for dummies. You're like, okay, this is a spoon and this is a fork, right?
I love it. I said I was the bride who knew nothing. I didn't know anything about how to cook. I didn't know the difference between a spatula and a saucepan. I didn't really care at all. Like, I love how you made arayas the other day. I'm like, oh, you're making arayas. You're like, I don't even know what it's called. I just eat.
Exactly.
So yeah, but I got married. I didn't know anything. But I mean, just to backtrack, just about Shabbos, because I think it's so important. I don't want to forget that.
Shimmy Smooth, where we never stick on any topics. I leave it up to you to remind me what we're talking about.
So we were talking about Shabbos just because I was so inspired by the family relationships around the Shabbos table. And I feel like, just so you know, Shimi, listen up. My parents were married. They were divorced. They married each other again. Now they're divorced again. We are products of the second marriage of the same people to each other, okay? We were born from their second marriage to each other. And now they're divorced again. So I'm saying I very much...
Guys, are you following? Okay, good. Yeah.
You got it. You got it? Now repeat. Can you repeat it?
I lost you at the second divorce. No.
So it required, emotions. So I very much, I had grown up with the thought of Judaism and Orthodox Judaism that the women are suppressed and they're secondary and they're, not essential to the home. And to go to these Shabbos tables and to see that the woman was really like a queen, and to see the relationship between the husband and wife and the parents and the children coming from the type of upbringing that I had, it so resonated with me to a point that it's like, I want this life. I want this type of relationship with this kind of respect and this type of attention to each other. Like the concept of Shabbos and a family meal like that didn't exist in my world. We ate dinner at 4. My dad got home from work, who knows when. I ate with my sister. My mom was there. Maybe I ate on the couch watching TV. And that was like every day,
But isn't that amazing? You would think like people in that world, they're like, women power, I'm going to show you. And so many, I had that someone on my other live, they're like, Orthodox women, they're put down, they're this, and you coming from the other side, and you're like, look how cherished you are.
Yeah.
So holy. And I love that you're bringing that out, that people need to recognize that.
The relationships were so much stronger. And the whole hashkafa, which is the world view of Judaism and Orthodox Judaism, is elevating the woman and that relationship and cherishing it and respecting it on a level that the secular world was just not doing.
Wow. I love that. Guys, do you understand? They're telling me I have an echo. Do I have an echo on Zoom, guys? Good. Okay, I'm good. If you have an echo, go off and come back on.
Yeah, because I hear you perfect.
I'm gonna let Jamie do this for you. Can you guys give me a shout out? It's her birthday. Her name is Rafina.
Oh, Rafina,
It's all
happy birthday.
yours.
It's not going to be with as much energy, but I want to wish you a happy, healthy birthday until 120. Wishing you only success and blessings, and that God should answer all of your heart's desires for the good. And my mother always says in Yiddish, gesund and parnasa. She's probably a little young for that, but health and wealth.
Amen. Amen. See, I wouldn't have done it better. I'll be like, all right, where's the cake at? Show me the sugar.
I'm so hungry. I'm like dying for a piece of cake right now. I'm like, I need it. Shim.
Yeller children, hook mommy up with a little something, something.
Okay. Well, they keep telling me, because I told them I want to eat healthy. So they keep saying no. I'm like, I'm making cheesecake. They're like, no. I know.
Oh my gosh. Okay. There's so many questions that I have to ask you because people sent me questions like out of control. But I tell my kids, I'm like, tomorrow I'm eating healthy. If you see Ima eating anything not healthy, and then the next day comes and they're like, I'm eating a latte chocolate, and they're like, Ima, and they grab. I'm like, you give that back to me, boy, or you're grounded for a week.
Literally, I'm like, you're going in your room right now if you do not release the chocolate. Stop and step away from the chocolate. It's for me.
Step away from the vehicle.
Yeah, and they're like, didn't you? I'm like, no. No. But yeah, I need this.
Yeah, when we're in the
I saw you
mode,
eating those dairy carrot muffins today. I was like, I'm crying, Shimi. They had a cream cheese frosting. I'm done. I'm done.
You lost me at cheesecake frosting. Oh my gosh.
I know.
Okay, guys, we could talk for days. But going back to this, one more thing this represents is ain't nobody got time to cook. That's what it should be called. The Ain't Nobody Got Time cookbook. I'll hook you up with 2 minutes or less, and we got a dish. So you and I both know. I mean, lahavdil. I'm comparing myself to Jamie Geller. Like, what did you do? Who wrote this interview? You're fired. But Jamie, we're all over town. I'm flying. I literally had 40 flights that were canceled since this epidemic. I'm sure you as well. And you're in Israel. So ain't nobody got time for that. Like, you want to be a mother. You want to be a wife. You want to be on that show. You want to be at the challah bake. You want to be at this cooking demo. You want to be everywhere. And like, you know what? Something's got to give.
Yeah.
And there are a lot of working mothers out there. And a lot of times, I can speak for myself, and I'm sure for you as well. We feel guilty. Like, we want to be there, but like we have to work, and our job, this is what it entails, and it demands of us. So, can you show the book again? Sure. Jamie Geller, Quick and Kosher. She has a lot going on. I'm gonna post her website and everything after the live, so you guys could get to see this. But Jamie, give us a little chizuk for us working mamas out there who guilty so often, and what can we do about it?
Shimi, I feel like you want answers, but you want me to be real, so I'm not sure which answer to give you.
Guys, how many of you want Jamie to be real, or you want her to be like cliched up? No. For the other interviews.
Do you want me to say it's quality, not quantity, or do you want me to say really like what's going on?
Well, you know what? Let's do both. Number one, okay. I agree with you 1,000,000%. I started this thing, drop the phone. I drop the phone when I really try when I'm at home. Unless I have a cute thing to record here and there, I'm fully there. Because there are mothers who tell me that they're home 24 hours, but they're not there. I'm there, but I'm not with the kids. So like, you know what? I'll take the time that I have with you, and you're all there completely 100. I always say we can't be with our kids 100% of the time. But when I'm with you, I'm going to give you 1,000,000% of myself, right?
Yeah.
So I 100% quality versus quantity. 100%. I agree with that. But now tell us
that's the first cliche but true answer. The next cliche but true answer, you dropped the phone. I didn't do it as like with as much pizzazz, but I do leave my phone in the office. I try not now.
Well, you don't
Obviously,
even charge your phone, so it's dead half the time.
it's dead. I mean, but like Corona has changed it. Obviously, now all bets are off and all rules are off because we're all just trying to work whenever we can because we're juggling 100 things. But before this, we were very much had very much a seder. I'm like needing the English words. An organized fashion of our house. We were on a schedule, and my phone did not come outside of my office or outside of my bedroom. Because sometimes late at night I'll work, American hours, like from my bedroom sometimes because it's depressing to be in the office by yourself.
Right.
So
I can't imagine.
but I try not to have that distraction when I'm with them. So those are the cliche but true. Those are true, and I really do try to implement those. But honestly, I always say,
Ladies and gentlemen, hold on to your seats because we're about to get some real, raw and real answers right about now.
there's nothing like the guilt of a mother. And I say, no matter how successful the working men are and how much father figures they are and family men they are, the guilt of a mother is like you cannot compare it. Even when you're doing good, you're guilty. And then when you're not doing good, it's even worse. And it's so challenging. And I think it's the Yetzer Hara. I don't know how your audience is religious. Like I should translate Yetzer Hara or
Let's translate because actually recently I've been getting a lot of, someone asked me like, what's your demographic? I'm like, I ain't got none. Like I have on Shabbos, I had a bunch of people stopping by my porch or walking, and they said, I just want to tell you, my mother opened up an account to watch your shimmy schmoozes because she has nothing to do. She's going crazy. She's quarantined. She's 70 years old. And so we have 70-year-olds. We have religious, non-religious, non-Jews, young. What does a Yetzer Hara mean?
Okay, so it means evil inclination, which doesn't help you at all, probably. Does that help you? Evil inclination?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, but I feel like I like to think
It doesn't good. Right. I hear what you're saying.
And I feel like if I'm speaking to someone who completely doesn't know the concept, it would be similar to like, the devil on your shoulder, and then there's like the angel on your shoulder. If you've grown up non-religious, you always like see that vision of like the one guy in your ear is like how bad you are and you can't do it and you'll never make it. And then there's a little angel on the shoulder going, you can do it. You're the best. And just dream for it and just go for it and try one more, So this is like you yourself beating yourself up. Like, this just trying to get inside your head and tell you, even when you're good, you're not good. And when it's not good, you're terrible. And then it just becomes worse. And so we have to really fight that as women. And one of the things I feel like as women, always people are asking, and I'm sure you get this a lot of interviews or whatever, superwoman and the concept of a superwoman and look how you do it all. That to me, I feel like that word should just be banned. There is no such thing. We are all the same, all trying, all working so hard, all facing the same challenges, and like dealing with the same level of guilt that, oh my gosh, my kids went to bed. I didn't tell them to brush their teeth. What kind of mother am I? They went to school. They didn't brush their teeth. I'm like, oh my God.
They didn't put on shoes. You forgot your shoe.
Totally. Look, it's crazy to be a working mom. It's crazy. And it's very hard. Shimi, we have a similar challenge. You work a lot of nights because that's the nature of what you do. And I work a lot of nights because I work American hours. So I'm working when the kids are at school because I'm trying to get done all the busy work that I can't get done when I'm all on my conference calls, business calls, whatever it is that I need to work with people that are on American hours. And that creates another level of, because I hear all those women. I just saw a woman, female from Business Entrepreneur interviewed, and she's like, I'm in my office, and I'm at my office, and then I go home, and it's dinner time, and it's bedtime, and it's like, I'm home. I'm like, but what if you're working American hours? What if you're working evenings? Like, we need to come up with a different strategy, and that's where it's like quality versus quantity. Yep. Because some of us can't keep that schedule, based on what we do.
So many women are resonating with what you're saying. They're like, thank you for saying this, thank you, because we're all going through it, and we have to stop being so hard on ourselves. And I think more than anything, this epidemic quarantining life has taught us we must forgive ourselves, because if we're going to be too hard on ourselves, we're just going to give up, we're just going to give up. And we just have to, I always say, not day by day, moment by moment. You wake up, you're like, I'm on top of the world. I got this. Best mama in town coming through. And like 8 a.m. comes and I yelled at you because you didn't brush your teeth, right? And I'm
Yeah.
like, I'm an epic fail. So yeah,
I
100%.
love
And
the moment by moment because the day by day, especially in the situation we're in, is just too big and too much to handle.
yes.
But I also think, Shimi, it's okay for us to like have a little moment where break whatever release it is. For some people, I'm a crier, so I cry. I try to do it like not in front of go to the room, almost like freak out, you know. But then I feel better after. So
That's what
it's
you need to
okay.
do.
Yeah. So it's okay if in the moment you need to like work something out in the way that you need to work it out. Some people needle point, I cry, do what you want. But then like, you know, and then come back out of it and pull yourself out of it because it's okay to feel the feeling of maybe you made a mistake or maybe you failed in that moment. You're not a failure, right? You failed in that moment, but you're not a failure. And then we're going to go back and face the next moment.
Guys, I'm going to repeat that. Just because we fail doesn't mean that we are failures. And that's so, so important. And speaking, okay, this is a very, very big question that I had. Oh my gosh, it's 2 o'clock already.
I know.
Like I didn't even get started. Okay. A lot of women were messaging and saying, Shimi, all these WhatsApp chats and these recipe chats and all these stuff on Instagram and people are posting and these cheesecakes and blitzes and perfection. And they're like, you know what? I don't want to cook all those stuff. I don't have time. I don't have patience. I've been through too much. And like, and it's so amazing because they all prefaced it by saying, I think Jamie would answer this so properly because she's so much more than food and she's so connected. And she would just have like the right answer for me. Like I feel guilty that I'm buying takeout food for Shavuot. And like, how do we give the mother out there, the lady out there who feels like she just can't, and she can't keep up with all these other women who make everything seem so perfect?
First of all, we cannot compare. It's one of the worst things. We're talking again about the Yetzer Hara getting to us. You cannot compare to your neighbor or the woman on Instagram who seems and looks perfect. It's an absolute, we're going to give you a food recipe for disaster. You do not know the whole life, and they may be excelling at the babka and the 800 course, you know, Shavuos menu, but you don't know where else they're struggling. So no one has got it all. So some people, that's their happy place.
Unless you're Shimi Adar and Jamie Geller. We have it all.
Maybe if we put both of us together, we got it all. But anyway,
we wouldn't even come close.
Yeah. But I just feel like, you know, when I first started my career, I'm going to hold up Shimi, the first book. I'm starting the guys on Zoom. You guys are on cookbooks, so hang on. This is Quick and Kosher Recipes from the Bride Who Knew Nothing. And when I first started, this is the real cooking for dummies. Buy a dummy for dummies, just to go to the
It's like a dummy on steroids.
Yeah. So I used to, at one point, I think when I was less mature, would really talk down about those people that were overdoing it, like 5 desserts and, you know, 6 sides. And someone just said to me, how are you going to Shabbos so relaxed? I find with the 10 salads that I'm just like working to the last minute. I wrote to, why are you making 10 salads? You know, like, what are you doing? I don't understand. So at one point I used to like, but the truth is for some people, I obviously feel, and I've learned being in this industry for a long time and meeting lots of people, some people cooking and baking is therapeutic for them. It's not a stress. It's their happy place. So I don't want to put down the people that find it easy to entertain, that enjoy and love being in the kitchen, that gives them happiness. And at the same time, I want to tell the people that are overwhelmed by that, that is so okay. That doesn't need to be you. And we should thank God every day that there are places for us to take out. I got challah from the bakery.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. I'm saying like, I showed on Instagram. So this week, a lot of times I buy challah, even though I'm known for making challah. I'm flown all over the world for challah bakes. It's like, I can't do it every week, you know? And this week I bought the challah from the bakery frozen. This way it cooked in my oven and it felt more like I did something.
It felt more authentic. You didn't feel as
so it's like that
bad.
semi-homemade thing. But I try my hardest to show that side of things. I try my hardest to make recipes all the time that are 2 ingredients or 3 ingredients, maybe tops 4, so that they're less overwhelming. But the bottom line is, like, you should not apologize for ordering out, taking out, having your mom cook for you or your friend cook for you or whatever it is. I think that's
from
amazing.
Jamie Geller. If Jamie Geller could tell this to you.
All the time, all the time. And we are here for each other. Let's support each other in that way. You may have another skill. You may be like an amazing listener, an amazing ear, and your friend's going to call you when she has to work out things, working whatever, her mental health and her therapy. She might be that, and she might be great at making babka. So let her make you the babka. Let you be a great listener, and let's call it a day.
I see. We just need to hear this. I feel like someone who just need a little, like you say, your husband just gives you that little,
Yeah.
all right, let's go. Let's do takeout, and now listen to all your problems about how your babka messed up. Right.
Totally. I mean, I love takeout. I think it's amazing. In Israel, we don't have as many options as in America for Shabbos food takeout, by the way. So, I was a little traumatized when I first got here. What? Where's my extra hands and help when I'm freaking out,
I love that. People are saying, thank you for being so down to earth and real and just understanding. Because you know what? Because when you're up there, people feel like you're that person up there and I can't relate to you. And when someone like you, is you right now and sharing your message, it's so much greater because they see the real Jamie Geller, and it's okay to buy takeout, folks.
It's beyond okay. And we don't have even a dishwasher in Israel. When we were in America, we had a really nice fancy kitchen and we had 2 dishwashers. And I was like, you know what? I need a third because I had so many dishes from a Shabbos that it would take till Tuesday running loads of my dishwasher to clean all the serving platters and the awkward things. It's I might get a third dishwasher. And so in Israel, the apartments, both the rentals and if you buy, do not come with appliances, by the way. It's not a gift. There's just a big empty hole where the dishwasher would go, empty hole where the oven would go. It's the craziest thing ever. And so when we were renting at first, we're we're not investing in a dishwasher. We don't know if it will fit in the next place, we're going. So for 5 years, we didn't have a dishwasher. And then we bought, and I was like, the kitchen's not as big as it used to be. I have lots of pots and pans and serving platters. I'm not going to take up valuable space for a dishwasher. And so where am I going with this? Bottom line is when you cook, you got to do the dishes too. And I hate cleaning up and I hate the dishes. So I just feel
Jamie, sing it with me. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Our life, we just don't have time. Even though I spent 7 hours doing dishes yesterday, and I have a dishwasher, I never use it.
All right.
Even if you have it, you don't use it. It's Israeli in me.
Yeah, that might be the Israeli in you, but then it's also a lot of times this Yetzer Hara that we keep talking about. You think you want it, you think you need it, and then when you have it, you don't use it. And if you don't have it, that's all you want. And then when you get it, it's that's old news,
I can't believe it's 2:10. This is not okay. What am I supposed to do? What? I have 4 more minutes. Yeah, Ellie. Okay, hold on. Do you speak Hebrew? People want to know. Over time. And you made an aliyah and there's a whole, I don't have time to go over everything. This is not cool.
Quickly, I live in Ramat Beit Shemesh. It's mostly Americans and mostly Anglos. I need to use my Hebrew, if I'm at the doctor, if I'm at a government office, or if I'm at the kids' school. But all of my friends and neighbors are English speakers. So my Hebrew is passable. It's okay. Heavily accented, but okay.
תגידי שמרית. השם שלי שמרית.
Shimi.
Oh! Like a real authentic resh.
Wow. No. Mine is more it's more in the back. Israelis are more in the front. I can't I can't get the tongue there. Yeah.
But that's more show offy in the back resh because most of us can't do that. That's a real talent.
Yeah, but you're trying. But a real Israeli is not that far back. It's like an American trying to sound Israeli. That's basically what I
Okay, I'm trying to think what the last thing I should do because I have how it gives you a countdown on the top?
Yeah.
Okay. And then can you tell them to lower the music, Ellie, on top? Okay. Okay. I know that you love interior design. Oh, a question was, you like interior design, right?
I'm obsessed with it. When I fall asleep at night, the only way I can turn off my mind and stop thinking, I design rooms in my head.
And you went into the whole cooking world. You fit it in there somehow. People want to know when you're getting your new kitchen. Are you ever going to get a new kitchen? Is that something you speak about a lot? Because I got a lot of questions about your new kitchen.
So I made a documentary about like the building of our house, apartment here, building here in Israel. And so, and I shared that the kitchen is unfinished. And really, to the bottom line, honestly, I said it in the video, but people keep asking. It's a financial issue. So here we are. And certainly Corona and the situation has not, I don't think has expedited, I don't think, the situation, you know. So God willing, you just keep praying and davening. But in the meantime, I have a set and I have a functioning kitchen and we're eating and I'm gaining weight. So I don't know, something's happening.
I feel bad. Hold on. And totally say no, because Jamie, yeah, I know you want cake and you're hungry. But
What,
people
you're
are
saying
messaging
you
me
want
here.
to sponsor my new kitchen? Yes.
We already have donations coming in.
Someone said if you just got $1 from every person that watched your videos, you would have a kitchen already. I'm like, I know, it doesn't work like that.
Exactly. I know, but you know what? Hold on. You can't go. People are asking, do you have till 2:30 or no? Tell me the honest truth.
Yeah, it's fine. I mean, I'm schwitzing over here, but fine. Yeah,
Jamie, look at my face. Do you guys see a close up? I'm drenched.
I'm
Hold
like
on.
overheating. I'm overheating. I put on the AC. You'll tell me if it's too bothersome. Because I'm like dying over here. I'm like,
My husband's like, it's freezing. I'm like, what you talking about, Willis?
oh God!
Water.
Totally.
Do you remember that?
When you say that? Do people get that?
No. Okay. We need to. You got to give me 15 more minutes to the people. They literally stopped their day plan. I could get
What are you
15 more
talking about?
minutes.
Everyone on Zoom is still going. They're talking to their mom. They're chopping onions. I don't know who stopped what. Who stopped what, Shimi?
Okay, so this is what I'm gonna do. Okay, I'm gonna shut off. When did we start our second live? At 15, right?
I wasn't paying attention. I was just happy we were live.
So you'll give me till 2:30, and we'll just come back on as soon as it gives me the timer. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So people are saying, I don't know why, but there's a Coca-Cola chicken. Everyone's commenting on this chicken, the Coca-Cola chicken. Is that like your #1 hit?
It's so funny. So in that first book that I showed you, the quick and kosher recipes from the bride who knew nothing, for some reason that
took off.
People like that recipe, and I'm like, it's Coke and it's chicken, so I'm not really anything bad with that, but people love it. And I got that recipe like 20 years ago from somebody in Israel, of all places. That's so funny. I just thought about that now. So that's the Coca-Cola.
Like you tell
chicken.
us, you tell us Sfardi to put Coca-Cola be'off. They're gonna be like, "Ma ishtagat." You're cray, and you're like,
Shimmy,
watch me.
Shimmy. Listen to me, girl. So I come to Israel. My kids in Gan. All the Ganenot are like Moroccans, you know, and my first book is translated to Hebrew. So always the gift that I give to the teachers, I give them cookbooks, I give them, you know, like as gifts. So I gave them my first book in Hebrew, and they said, "Ma ze matkonim hamuzarim shelam?" Like, you know, they were like, they didn't even want it. They like gave the book back. You know, like Moroccans who are like growing the herbs and the lettuce to make the 800 salads.
When my father comes over to my house, if I have the gefilte fish on his side of town on the table, oh my gosh, we're done.
I know, it's done.
How do you serve apple cranberry crisp during the meal? Maza ze uga, ishtagatem.
Totally. The Ashkis are crazy. Yeah. So the Yemenites and the Moroccans, they're like, we don't want your gift. Like, right back. Like, here you go. You know? Thanks, but no thanks. Don't call us. We'll call you. You know, we don't care.
Yeah, exactly. We'll take your autograph here on your daughter's report card, though.
Yeah,
you know?
totally.
But you could tell them that my matbucha has the most views on the internet. Take that, Moraz.
Okay, I'll tell them that next time. We'll see how that goes.
Okay, hold on. Oh, it's not even giving me the thing yet. I'm so excited. It's not giving me the so let's continue. Okay. So, you are from Transylvania. Do you speak any other languages?
I mean, I know a few words. I know a little Yiddish, a few words in Hungarian, a few words in Romanian, a little bit of Hebrew, and then English, the best.
So, so oh, wow. All I speak is English, and not even real. I don't even speak English, and Hebrew that I lost. People are saying, "How does it make you feel when people tell it to you?" Like, "Thank you, but no thank you." And we're gonna stick to our Moroccan fish, okay?
Well, first of all, I know, like, I get it. I totally get this, like, culturally weird and different to, like, use all these, quick shortcut recipes, and they don't want to hear about Chinese food. Like, Chinese food is like, I have some Chinese recipes in the book, like a lo mein. It's like not of interest to them, at all. And I definitely know that like Ashkenazim and Sephardim are like from two different worlds sometimes when it comes to food. I love all this Sephardi food, but it's cool. I didn't take offense to the fact that they like gave me the books back. It's like fine.
I feel like we need to like the bigger we get and the more known we get and the more we're in like the limelight, you need to have tough skin. Like you have to learn how not to get offended. I in the beginning I used to be like, what people would say, "Oh, Shimi, you know what she said?" And I'm like, "Oh my God, who said what? Tell me, I need to know." And now I'm like, is it bad? Did she say bad? La 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 la. I don't want to hear. I don't want to hear. Cause like, I'm trying my hardest. If I can't do anything about it, just being me. Do you feel like that? The higher we get, the more
The beginning, it affected
pressure.
me. It affected me so terribly. When my first book came out, I came out at like literally the day my son was born. And so the night before the bris, I'm like a postpartum mother, like hysterical already. And I'm reading the Amazon reviews. And there are people who wrote that it wasn't worth the paper it was printed on. And that there's so like the book, just don't even buy it. And I had a recipe for corn on the cob in there because when I got mad, it's just corn and water and salt. But I didn't know you're supposed to boil it for 30 minutes, 3 minutes. I didn't know. So they're like, what is it? I get recipes, just terrible, terrible things. And I couldn't sleep the whole night. And I came to his bris like a disaster. Like I put like everything, my whole heart, not just the recipes, but I wrote my life story about becoming religious and becoming a mother and leaving the whole television industry for this. It was an autobiographical cookbook. It wasn't like, just recipes with some header notes. It was like everything. It was years. And I was like so crushed. And then I went through like a few years like that, like every bad review and every kind of negative comment like killed me. And then at one point, my husband said to one of the like ladies who worked with me, helped me like manage all the stuff. He said to her, "Don't share the bad stuff with her anymore. Just stop it. Like stop."
Yes, yes.
And so now
Your life is a different world,
yeah,
right?
yeah. And so
We don't know doesn't hurt us.
No, not at all. I don't want to hear about it. I don't want to know about it. Everyone's entitled to their opinion. Like they might be right for them. Like I'm saying, those Moroccan guys, it's like it is strange for them, and I'm not going to hate them for it, So I just feel like, and now they know just to share the good stuff. And if I ever come across something negative, I try not to dwell on it. But recently, Shimi, I had the most terrible, terrible, terrible experience. Like,
I want to hear it. Hold on, wait. I have 60 seconds countdown. I want to hear it. People,
oh,
if you want to hear the worst experience that Jamie ever went through. Okay, so you're gonna give me another 10 minutes?
Yeah, for sure.
Woo! All right. Come back on. Zoomers, stay on. I'll see you soon.